Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope somebody joins in soon. If not, I'll have to edit the video after. Hey guys, welcome to the chat. Hope everybody's doing well. Figured I'd do something a little bit different. Apologize for the noise in the background. Getting ready to work. I'm doing work on a coin for Beachy 570. He's going to do a giveaway when he's at 1,000 likes. Hey Beachy. Hey Kels. Show you a little bit of the progress that's going on here. Working away on its coin. I don't know if I can zoom in or not, but yep, birthday in 2 days. Beachy's got plans. He's gonna be doing something. So I'll find out once I get there. I don't know if I can zoom this camera in or not. Oh, I can. Nice. Let's see if I can get a better view on just the coin alone. But there we go. It's working its magic. Try to get a better show on that. There we go. Oh, hose is getting in the way, guys. Sorry about that. Dang that hose. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. But it's a work in progress. Now, now we're going to do a co-stream. We're going to do a co-stream on my birthday, Kels. But I wanted to show everybody the CNC in progress. Now, what it's actually doing... apologize for the mess, guys. I have the images. Let me get this thing closed out here. There's one side of the coin. And there's the other side of the coin. This is going to be giving away the original images are just like that, converted to black and white. Beachy has the original colored images. And then the second one, it's going to be on the back side of the coin. So we'll have a heads and tails. I had to convert them from the original colored images. And once it's situated, we'll end up with the final product. Shadow, I'm working on a CNC milling coin. I bought a CNC machine at the end of last year. Got a friend to help me set it up in my home. This coin right here is going to be Beachy's 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I've already had the conversation with Beachy. He's excited. He's close. I believe he's 26 or 27 subscribers away, maybe less by now. I haven't checked, but we're getting there, and it's going to be an exciting little thing. Well, I'm not sure exactly how he's going to do it. He may end up doing it as a raffle, or not a raffle, but he could be doing a number of things where he'll have everybody that's on his channel pick a number from between 1 and 1,000. Don't know, but either way he goes, I mean, there's apps online that if you're a subscriber to his channel and you're on the live stream video and make a comment, that it'll pick at random, it'll pick somebody's name, and then you'll just have to get in touch with him through email or Discord. Each face of this coin is going to be 0.7 millimeters deep, and the detail on it is going to be fine, extremely fine. I'm not going to be able to do the entire coin, of course, because that's going to take about 4 hours or so. That's quite a long stream, and I don't want to have everybody tied up sitting here watching the process. I mean, this machine that I have here actually also has a laser engraver on it, so I'm probably going to end up doing a laser engraved keychain, and then when the time comes, I'll have my logo on a couple of keychains, may even put it on a coin as well, and do that as a giveaway for different points along the process. Or I may even do a custom coin. So, I mean, keep sticking with my channel and everything, and if I do a custom coin, basically what I'll do is I'll get a photograph from you, and I'll plug it into my software, convert it over, and it'll be your very own personalized custom coin. Hope you guys aren't too, hopefully the noise ain't too bad in the background on this. That's actually about as loud as this machine gets when it's grinding and milling away the steel. And surprisingly enough, the stuff that's on this machine, I can actually do with just one hand. And I will say the coin is steel. It's a cast metal coin. In case anybody's wondering, this here is what one of the blanks is. And I'll be CNC milling into that. It'll still have the gold perimeter around the outside when it's done. Unfortunately, they're not brass coins. When I purchased the blanks, it said they were brass, but after milling into the first one, it's not brass, they're just steel. But like I said, you know, it tends to be a long process. We're going down. It's going to be 0.1 millimeter depth each time to keep the blade from getting too much heat, from biting in too much, from removing too much steel all at one time. If you remove too much, it'll break the bit. The tip will actually snap off, and then it'll not mill properly. There's all different kinds of things that can go wrong on it. So it's not one of them things where you can just turn it on and then walk away. You have to keep monitoring it. But if you are interested, stay tuned to the channel. I never know when I'm going to go on, or never when I'm going to be able to do a live. It all depends on pain levels. But this is something the future will hold for the channel. Different points in time, I'll be doing a coin giveaway. I think when I get to 500 subscribers, I'll do a personalized coin giveaway. Just as a celebration. You get to pick an image that goes on the front of the coin, and I'll mill it out for you. So hopefully everybody out there is doing good. And stay tuned for Friday, guys. I don't know if it's going to be on Beachy 570's channel or if it's going to be on my channel, but there's going to be a little bit of a celebration. I'll be 50 years old Friday. So stay tuned. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel. Because you never know what's coming up. You never know what's going to happen. And for those of you that are interested in knowing what type of machine this is, it's actually a Maker Carvera air machine. This one has a laser engraver attachment on it. Currently have it set with a 1/4 inch collet and an adapter that I can run 1/8 inch bits up to a 1/4 inch bits in it. And I know there's videos on it out there, and yeah, everyone's quiet. I don't know, maybe they're just on TV or just flipping through. But despite what the advertisements say, it is not as simple as plug and play. You really need to know your machine. You need to know your G-code. And you need to know what to watch for, what to listen for. Because it's not always as simple as just turn the machine on, put the image in, and then do the image. They'll make it seem that way, but it's not. It's the same thing with the laser engraving. People have the idea that engraving with a laser is just as simple as throwing your image in there. No, G-code's not like a G-spot. G-code basically tells the X, Y, and Z coordinates where the machine has to go while the bit is turning. Different materials, like the speed of the bit right now, I've got it set for steel, but there's also the issue of what material you're doing, because if you have too high of a bit speed, it may create too much heat, create a lot of friction, and that'll cause the bit to break. Not enough speed and you won't get a clean cut. So you have to kind of have a balance in between. Know your materials, know your speeds. I forgot to turn the airflow on. There we go. Now it's cleaning it away a little bit better. Now we're getting the chips off of it. That's good. And it's not always going to come out perfect the first time. I mean, it's trial and error if you're learning it. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get to adjust to it. But either way you go, it can be an enjoyment. It can be a nice little hobby. But I will say, depending on what you want to do with it, you can do various different things. This is metal. I've done wood. I've done plastic. I've done leather. Most of you guys have seen the little R2-D2 thing. That does pretty well with it. As you can see, there's some scorch marks in my spoil board that's on there. That's from cutting out with the laser. Can't always go based on what they say the statistics are for certain things, because it doesn't always go that way. This is actually the first pass this is making on the coin. The next pass, a little bit more detail will come into it, and so on and so forth. Kind of like 3D printing, this is similar to that, except instead of adding material, this actually subtracts the material. Runs on the same process, the G code. I just hope everybody's enjoying watching this. Hit that like, please subscribe. Depending on what people like the most is what I'm going to try to do more of. I mean, I'm still going to do the live chats and the co-streams. If you're a content creator or you like to make stuff, leave a post on my channel. We can bring up some topics. We can discuss different things. And I probably should have did a walkthrough process on this to show people actually how to use the software, but it's a little bit of a long process, and the upload times on this are like crazy long on some of the stuff. A lot of it depends on your data cable connection, the speed of your laptop or PC, and the other part tells on the this is actually going to be a giveaway coin for BG570's channel, Tyler. This coin right here, when it's done, is going to have this image is going to be on the front of the coin. And this image is going to be on the back of the coin. So we have two images that are going to be there. That one and the other one. This is the current one that I'm working on right now, putting on the coin. I've gone through my software. I've ran my cut paths, as you can see. It looks like a white mess blob. But there's the progress that it's making on its first pass. And as you can see, there's already some details starting to form on there, just on the first layer. And as I said, the next couple of passes, it's going to be a 0.7 millimeter depth of cut. I have my cut setting set at 0.2 millimeters, so it'll have 3.5 passes. Well, it'll be 4 passes in total. And then the coin will be finished on this side, and then I just got to flip it over, lock it back in with the little toe clamp, and everything from there will be good as gold. So, as far as my viewers that are currently in here right now, what would you guys say if I did a giveaway when I hit 500 subscribers? Anybody that's subscribed to the channel and is on the live stream when I get ready to do the raffle, or drawing, rather, not a raffle, a drawing. If you're subscribed to my channel, when I hit 500 subscribers, I'll do a coin giveaway where you can send me a picture of whatever you want on the face of the coin, and I will put it on the face of a coin for you. You don't have to buy in, you don't have to do anything in order to win it. It's just going to be a celebratory thing. One lucky person will win a personalized coin from Merican Maker. Yep. I'm actually interested to see who's going to be there and how the turnout's going to be on that one. Yeah, the big 5-0, half a century old. You can already see Beachy's head on the coin there. Palm trees coming in. So what do you guys think? You like the idea of that giveaway when I hit 500? Give away a personal coin? Says we got 2 people here, 7 likes so far. So you guys think that's a good idea to do a custom coin giveaway on my 500 subscriber mark? I'll do the coin for the 500, and when I hit 1,000 to celebrate, I can do a touch lamp giveaway, like a little nightlight type deal. Thank you, Tyler. You too, bud. Have a great day, Tyler. Oh yeah? You don't want to do it your logo on the front and back? I mean, the keychain will be an easy thing. It's a leather engraving and inlaid with the laser. Yeah, I could do that. I could definitely do that. As you can see, the little particles that are getting kicked away. This is one of the things that I really enjoy, guys. I really enjoy making stuff. Adding this CNC machine into my little tool bag. It kind of opens up doorways for me. It allows me to do a little bit more. And if anybody's watching and knows anything about engines, If they got any like blueprints or whatnot, I'm trying to see if I can't find a miniaturized scale model of all the parts for a V8 engine, that when I can put them on this machine and CNC it all out, it'll do what it needs to do, and I can take and put glow plugs instead of spark plugs in it and turn it into a little engine for the nitrous racers. I think that'd be a cool thing to do. Little hand-sized engine block. There's all different kinds, different methods, different ways of doing things. For this particular one, I decided the path I chose, instead of going in a circular pattern, I went side to side on this because it just seems to be a little bit cleaner looking, nicer looking. And having the file converted over to grayscale, it allows me to get the depths and everything I need so the image comes out clean and perfect. You can do line etchings, you can do all different kinds of engravings, but this one basically turned the Beachy logo into a three-dimensional piece of art. And by doing this, you can do the same thing with a 3D printer actually, and instead of doing the subtraction like what I'm doing, taking material off, the 3D printer will actually start with the bottom of the coin and build itself up to the top. You just got to make sure that you have a raft underneath of it or something that'll cause it to adhere to the bed, and make sure you use supports depending on the face of the coin. If you don't, like with 3D printing, if you don't use the supports, you'll get a sag and it won't print out the right way. By doing this, you actually have a more solid piece though. Especially when you're using metal, wood, or plastic. And honestly, it's more durable when you're doing it with the CNC versus the 3D printer. So, while this is going on, how's everybody doing today? Everybody having a good day, wonderful day? I'm hoping everybody's having a great day. Hey Kels, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. Anything you do, if you put your heart into it, you can achieve anything you want to do. You can make anything you want to make. If I had a steady enough hand, I could probably do this with a Dremel tool. I just don't have a steady enough hand for that. I've seen people use them to do carvings. This just makes it easier for me. It's been a good day so far, Kels. It's been a pretty good day so far. I got my pain levels under control, so I'm able to stand here by the machine and give the demonstration to everybody on what's what and how this is working. I just hope people are enjoying it. Not many people get to see a fabrication process. As you can see, the depth is coming in now. It's getting a little bit deeper. And by the time this is done, it's going to have a 3D feel. It's going to just be an amazing piece. And some lucky person is going to win this on Beachy's 1,000 subscriber celebration. And I'm not at my PC right now, or my laptop, so if Beachy, if you're still here, if you can post Craig's podcast link, give him a little bit of props as well. Yeah, I know, Kels. Oh, okay. No problem. I just don't know if I want to go through the whole process of this. I mean, this coin, one side of it alone is going to take, let's see. It's got an hour and a half more on this side. No true Lotus, BG570 is, when he hits 1,000 subscribers, this coin is going to be a giveaway item for him. A celebratory item, a collectible from BG570. He's a good friend of mine. He's the one that helped me to get my start YouTubing and streaming. This one's going to be for his 1,000 giveaway, and I was throwing the idea out there, but nobody responded back. On my 500th giveaway, what I was wanting to do is give out a personal coin that'll have whatever image that the winner would like on the face of it put on a coin. So, as a celebratory thing for my 500 subscribers, yeah, this is kind of like 3D printing, Lotus. The only difference is the pieces that come off of this machine are a lot more solid, and they'll last a lot longer than anything that you can 3D print. They do have metal 3D printing machines, but you still have layer lines. I've seen the metal MDF spools that they've got out there. It's just metal shavings put inside plastic, and they don't. In time they deteriorate and they fall apart. I've also got a 3D printer, and while it's good for some things, it's not good for everything. The layer lines become weak points on 3D printers and 3D prints. And all it takes is for one little piece of dust or a little piece of debris that gets in there. Yeah, carbon fiber you need an enclosure for. ABS, same thing, you need an enclosure for it. You do get a good bond with carbon fiber versus the other materials, but it's still not that great. I can actually get a block of carbon fiber, put it in this machine, and do the same thing, except instead of adding material to it, I'd be subtracting material, and it becomes a more solid part that way. Yeah, but even sanding away those layer lines, there's still a weak point there. Because as it's 3D printing, you don't know if there's any contamination between those layer lines. There's no way to keep 100% contamination free. I mean, even in an airtight room, dust still gets in there. But I wanted to share something with everybody and show people some of the stuff that I can do. You know, it's the main reason I created the channel. Yeah, trophies, statues, that kind of stuff, but like you see people talk about, you know, 3D printing parts for like handguns and stuff like that. It's not a wise idea. That's an accident waiting to happen. You're asking to get hurt that way. It's just not a safe thing to do. But I recommend that anybody out there that's even thinking of getting a 3D printer for doing something like that, don't do it. Yeah, RC parts are cool. And the wonderful thing about that is most of your RC car parts are already plastic anyway, and by 3D printing them, you actually can, you still have the file left over, you can print out spare parts, so if a part breaks, you can replace it, so you'll have extra parts when you're doing your RC racing. And as far as, you know, the print stuff goes, the CNC takes just about as much time as a 3D printer, especially these little desktop ones. They're not perfect. They do have issues now and then. I was doing a part for somebody about a month ago, and everything was going great on it, and then all of a sudden my machine decided not to follow the G-code and just plunged straight down into the part. It snapped the bit and just completely obliterated everything. And there was nothing in the G-code that said make it go down to 0 on the Z height. So I mean, there's different glitches and stuff. I mean, I opened the G-code file up and checked everything in there, and the G-code was fine. Everything seemed to flow on the right path. And like I said, there was nothing that said go 0, 0, 0. This one has, trying to think of what it was. I think it's a 10 by 12 bed, and about a 4-inch height for CNC. I don't think I'd be able to do that on this one, but they do have a bigger model than this. It's only about two inches bigger on everything. But the bigger model also has an automatic feed or an automatic bit tray. They make it seem like it's a better machine, but the tolerances on this one and the tolerances on the other one are pretty close to being the same. I mean, you're talking about being off by 0.4 of a millimeter. I mean, that's almost the thickness of a hair. But for what this machine does, I'm satisfied with it. I mean, basically, if it'll fit in the machine, I can do it. I don't know what size the 30cc 2-stroke engine is. One of the things I want to do, though, is get a miniature scale blueprint for a V8 or a V12 or even a V6 and do little engines for those little NOS racers. I think that'd be awesome to be able to do that on a CNC like this. Yeah. You can always get a cross slide vise and a drill press, and you can do the same thing. You just have to do it manually. That way there you can control the depth with the depth stop nut that's on a drill press. Yeah, I probably could, depending on the size of the remote, the radio control car. This one here, I could probably do all them small parts. I've got a rotary attachment that goes to this machine, so I could do the drive shafts. I can make gears, aluminum gears, steel gears. It's just a matter of knowing your settings and getting your dial in, knowing the material. When I did my first coin, when I bought the blanks, they were supposed to be solid brass, and then found out after I did my first one and broke a bit on it that they weren't solid brass. They were actually cast iron. So I had to change all my settings. that's the kind of thing I want to get into making, is the little nitro engines. I figure if I can make those and do them in like V8s and V6s, even the V12s they've got out there, V10s, I could make little race cars with those and really enjoy it, really show people the creativity you can do. But it can be an enjoyable thing. Well, that's the fun thing with this machine, is it works as a mill. The tolerances on this thing are incredible. I mean, I can get, like I said, 0.4 millimeters. That's not much being off by. I mean, that's, you're talking probably a 32nd of an, or a 64th of an inch. And that's something that, you know, you can just put a little bit of emery cloth or a Scotch-Brite would even sand that off on a rotary tool for cording and stuff. This thing here is no joke. I actually measure out some things that I've done, and the tolerances are incredible. I mean, a lot of times it comes out perfect tolerance. It all depends on the flexion of the bit, the rigidity of your X, Y, and Z axes. But this machine's got quite good tolerances. Yeah. Heck, my dad, when he used to tear down engines and stuff, he actually had all the tools for it. I currently have them now, but I don't know enough of mechanics to be able to do the kind of stuff that he used to do. He was incredible. He had the ability to where he could just listen to an engine and tell you what was wrong with it. That's not something that I have the ability to do. And part of me kind of wishes he was still around today, because I know he'd be willing to share that information with people. I'm glad to see everybody coming in. Yeah. Well, my dad actually went to college to become an airplane mechanic. And he worked with my uncle on cars, both my uncles actually. He was just, I mean, he could do all kinds of things. He could listen to the sound of what was going on. He'd tell you exactly what part needed to be replaced. I actually have blueprints that he drew up when he was younger for a dragster. The one that's got like the bicycle tires on the front and the super wide slicks on the back. We talked about it quite a bit, about putting one together and building it, and we just never got around to doing it. And unfortunately he's no longer with us, but everything that I've learned growing up, and a lot of the stuff that I do, I try to keep my mind sharp, educating myself, and I'd like to see other people do the same thing. You know, if it's something that catches an interest, learn about it. Don't be afraid to don't shy away from it. Just learn it, because your mind, it's an amazing thing. You can learn all kinds of different things, and you don't have to be just set on learning one thing. I mean, I've learned just about everything that catches my interest. I've got knowledge in all the different fields. And the other thing too is when you're learning different things and keeping your brain sharp, it allows you the ability to keep your mind lasting longer. And eventually learning the different things can also help you save a lot of money as well. As when you think about it, simple jobs that a plumber come out to do, like fixing a broken pipe, if you know how to fix that broken pipe, you've probably done saved yourself probably about anywhere between $500 to $1,000 just by learning how to fix a broken pipe. Now, I'm not saying, learn everything there is to be about a plumber, because there's some things that you're just not going to want to touch. Yep, exactly, Lotus. There's nothing that you can't do if you unless you don't put your mind to it. If you don't want to try, you don't want to do it, you'll never learn it. But if you have an interest in learning and educating yourself, you can do anything you put your mind to. And I've had people, pose questions to me about different things and tell me, say, how do I go about doing this, or how do I go about doing that? And I'll give them advice. You don't have to take my advice. I mean, I'm not a college professor. I'm not a professional by any means. Everything that I know, I learned on my own. Some of it I've learned from professionals. Some of it I learned just from reading about it. Growing up in the 80s, we didn't have computers and stuff. We used the Encyclopedia Britannica to get all our information. So back then, not like it is today, where the internet is filled with so much false information. If you get a book, it's less likely to have false information in an encyclopedia that you buy at a bookstore than it will be if you're going online looking for the information. It can, Lotus, but a lot of times there's a lot of misinformation online as well. Like the free energy videos shows you how to do all these different things. One perfect example, a guy took 3 springs and then tied it onto this little crankshaft arm and then spun a pulley and a fan. That's not free energy. It's not going to get you free energy. As soon as the spring tensions collapse on one another, it's going to stop. It's not going to stay moving. I mean, nobody takes into consideration, friction and different things like that. Now, if you take a piece of zinc and a piece of copper, attach them to wires, you can literally stick them into a potato and power a little LED clock. But you're not getting a whole lot of power out of a potato. It's just an interaction between the copper and the zinc that are bouncing off of one another, picking the electrolytes up out of the potato. It's not anything major. And like with engines and stuff like that, they actually have engines that run on water. But the problem is it's a volatile solution, because you're basically using hydrogen to run the engine. It separates the hydrogen molecules out of the water and burns that. No, I mean, in a way, I'm kind of a teacher. I mean, I'm showing people the things that I do, teaching them how I go about doing it. And like I say, I may not be right on a lot of things, but these are the methods that work for me. Somebody may know a simpler solution or an easier way of doing it. I'm okay with that. But it's the point, I'm trying to show people, you can do it if you want to. You just got to want to. And you're probably getting excited, Beach, because of the way this coin's looking right now. You're already seeing all the details coming in. The only drawback is the process of converting the images over and then waiting for it to upload into the machine. It'd probably be a stream all on its own, and I'd have to separate that out from doing an actual stream on the engraving process. I had a feeling you would. I mean, it's even got your beard coming in there. I mean, the way the depth map is, anything that's black is going to be deeper than anything that's white, and all your shades of gray are everything that's in between. Yeah, you're right, Lotus, it's true. People just have no idea. I mean, they have cars out there, and I'm dead serious about this. They actually have vehicles that run on propane. I had a friend back in the 90s that had one that ran on propane. And the sad part is there was only one gas station that he could actually go to get a fill up. Nobody else, like the hardware stores and whatnot, they wouldn't touch it. And the sad part is the placement where the tank was right where the trunk is. So if somebody hit it and punctured it, sparked just the right way, it'd do the same thing as the hydrogen. Hi Allie, welcome to the chat. Figured I'd show everybody what we're going to be giving away for Beachy's 1,000th subscriber mark. Hey Duke, welcome bud. Yeah, Duke knows what I'm talking about. The old propane cars. I mean, they're all right and everything. I mean, they get really good fuel mileage, but they're a little risky. I mean, it's the same thing with any other vehicle. And you'll get these guys talking about, you know, especially at the fuel pumps, you really need to shut that engine off. People have this idea because somebody had said, well, Mythbusters showed that you can't explode an engine or a car that's got a tank full of gas. Well, it's not the tank that's full of gas that's going to explode. It's you're at a gas station, you have an empty tank. It's those vapors that are coming out that a spark will ignite. People don't understand that. And a spark of static electricity will ignite gas. Welcome everybody. Good to see you all. Hope everybody in here is having a good day. Welcome Amy. Amy, this is the coin we're going to be giving away for Beachy's 1,000th subscriber. Yep. Welcome Bard. Good to see you, bud. At Your Bard is one of my neighbors. He actually lives a couple towns over from me. If you ain't seen his channel, he's got a lot of laughs. He does a stream in the morning. I recommend checking him out. Same thing with Beachy 570. Always got laughs, always a good time. He does a lot of gaming. But yeah. And I meant what I said though, guys. My 500th subscriber mark, I'm going to give away a custom coin. It'll have whatever image the winner decides on will be on the front side of the coin. Yeah, you can make it work, Duke. I know you can. You got the skills, buddy. And if you need a part that they no longer make anymore, and you have the old one, let me know. I'm pretty sure we can duplicate it. Even more so if you can find the exact schematic for it, or exact blueprint for it, that has all the measurements and tolerances. But this here, basically, this is just some of the stuff that I like to do. I mean, I enjoy making things. I have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, we're going to be celebrating a half-century-old fart. Okay, bud. Amy, this is actually my CNC machine. It's a Maker Carvera air machine. They got the claim on it that it's so easy to use that you can use it straight out of the box, but that is not the case. You have to know the materials you're working with. You've got to be able to know how to do designs, how to put images into a software that you can actually convert it over to a 3D model. It's not as simple as they make it out to be, and that's where a lot of people get confused. I mean, I've met people that have bought 3D printers because they're like, oh, check this out, you can do this and you can do that, and then they get it and they have no idea how to make or design anything with it. So, I mean, they've got to be a little bit more honest in saying, yeah, there is a little bit of a learning curve. You need to learn how to do this too, and that as well. It's not just as simple as buying the machine and doing what you need to do. You got to learn how to do all the other stuff that goes along with it as well. Now, if you know how to use FreeCAD, that's awesome. You can do even more. Or any CAD software. And it's like with the 3D printers, they'll tell you straight out that they tell you straight out that 3D printer, you can use it right out of the box and there'll be no problems with it. Well, there's a lot of things that can go wrong with it. If your bed's not level, you run the risk of having adhesion issues. If your plastic filament that's coming out of it isn't hot enough, it's not going to extrude properly. If it's too hot, it's going to flow too much. They could have a piece of sand inside the filament that you don't know of that could have happened at the warehouse when they were making it. There's just so many things that can go wrong, and if you don't know how to troubleshoot it, your 3D printer is a waste of money. I always tell everybody, if you're going to get a 3D printer, first thing you need to do is go through it all, look at all the parts, figure the machine out first on how the machine works, so when something does go wrong, you know exactly where the problem is and how to fix it. Yeah, I actually have one. It's called an Atom Lab 3D printer. It was basically a kit 3D printer in a box. And I'm grateful that I got it, because using it, I learned how to do different things. I learned all about the machine by assembling it myself and learning about all the components. I did a couple of modifications to it, putting an eccentric nut on it so I could adjust the wheel tensions to make it a little bit more rigid. Because if it's loose or slops in any way, it's not going to print right. And then you'll just end up waking up to a bird nest of plastic. Yeah, I had a friend that had a CR10, but for some reason his bed, no matter what you did to it, it would not level. I even took it apart and tried I leveled the bottom of the frame and everything, put it all back together, and it still wouldn't be level. The adjustment screws for the tension control knobs to actually do the bed leveling would not level. And we tried an auto bed leveler, a BT Touch, and that wouldn't even allow it to level. It was just junk right out of the box. Yep. The only upgrade that I did on mine was I used an all metal extruder. I kept the J-head hot end. I love the way it works. I love the way it prints. Yeah, the glass plate, that's the cheapest thing you can buy. And the best thing I found, PVA glue is basically glue sticks. You run that back and forth over the whole thing, give it a nice coat, make sure the glass is 100% coated with it, and that plastic will stick down no problems. And as far as releasing the part, unless you have something else that you have to do, you let it cool. You can put the glass in the freezer, and the part just comes off with no problems whatsoever. It don't stick. I prefer the CNC to the 3D printer because, like I said, you can do more with the CNC than you can with the 3D printer. And depending on the intricacy of the part, they basically take about the same time to do. I mean, a CNC machine like this one here, it'll probably do quicker on making this coin than a 3D printer would. A 3D printer would probably take about 4 or 5 hours to mill out this coin, or to print the coin, I should say. But this CNC, it's just taking a couple layers off of the front, and then to flip it over, take a few layers off the back, and the coin is solid. Yeah. And I think the worst plastic to work with is the PETG because it's very, very stringy. No matter what you do, you can't control the stringiness. It is what it is, the nature of the beast. But one of my next projects I'm probably going to end up making once I've gotten all my stuff situated and got everything set up the way I want in my bus is I'm probably going to end up doing a plastic injection machine. I'll make all the parts and all the components, and I'll use the hot ends for the that they use for the 3D printers to control the temperatures from melting down the plastic, and then just use an auger type screw for the plastic injection with the stepper motor on it. Well, PETG is naturally going to run stringy. It's just the nature of the plastic. It's a very sticky plastic, but it does print harder parts than PLA does. I've used the PLA Plus as well. That's the PLA, the silk PLA. That's amazing stuff right there too. It prints so wonderfully. Yeah, I've tried controlling the speeds. I've turned it down, turned it up, tried turning the temperatures up and down. The PETG always strings on me. I've even tried a suggestion that I had saw about putting a little bit of a wax on the end of the hot end to keep it from sticking, and it still sticks, so it doesn't matter. But as you guys can see, look at how beautiful this thing is coming out. It's an amazing piece. had a silicone sleeve on mine, and I don't know what happened. It literally caught one of my parts and pulled it off the bed, so I was like, no, I ain't gonna do that no more. But since I got my CNC, I actually haven't touched my 3D printer. Yeah, it is. It's something fun to do. I actually, I got my 3D printer back when COVID started out, and I printed my own respirator mask for the COVID thing. You could actually just use a makeup, one of those makeup rounds. You put it in the end of it as a filter, and they work pretty good as an N95 filter. A little bit difficult to breathe, but then I took it a step further and created a duck bill that snapped onto the end of the mask. So it was interesting. I walked around with a duck bill COVID mask. Matter of fact, after I'm done with this live, I'll go ahead and I'll upload that to my post so you guys can see it. It came out really cool. The only drawback is I used orange PLA and I forgot it in my truck, so it warped really bad. It was a saggy duck bill. I mean, I even had people that were wanting it. I mean, can you imagine walking through Walmart shopping and you got a duck bill on? I took the COVID thing as a time to have fun. Do something a little different. Yeah, I did make a few to sell and nobody wanted to buy them. I even made a ton of ear savers. I was selling them 50 cents a piece and nobody wanted to buy them. They were like, no, I'll just put it around my ears. I made them in different colors. I had gold, silver, black, blue, red, yellow, green, pink. I put different designs on them, different names on them. I even did a couple of personalized ones, and nobody wanted them. The people that wanted the personalized ones, I charged them $1. They just... Yeah, that's the thing. They don't take into consideration the time that it takes to make it. How much electricity are you using? How much time and effort did you put in the design? You know, there's a lot of things that factor into it, and everybody wants free or cheap. I mean, like this coin here that I'm making, it being a one of a kind, there's really no price value you can put on it because it's a personalized item. It's a personalized coin. Now, you may be able to go to China and get them made, you know, you can probably get 1,000 of them for a few $100. But here's the thing. Are they going to take the time to actually make sure that the details are in it? Or are they just going to build a mold and start flowing everything into there? You know? I mean, a mold doesn't always work out the right way. A lot of times, when you're doing casting, for instance, you pour the metal into it. You know, you gotta pay for the propane to melt the metal. Yeah, the bigger corporations can do a lot more because they have the machines to do it and the equipment to do it. But are they all going to be the same? Are they going to pour into something, or are they just going to stamp it out and you'll end up with sharp edges that could cut somebody's hand? You know, there's all different factors that can go into effect on it. Welcome, Glow. Good to see you. Glow, this is going to be the 1,000 subscriber giveaway coin for Beachy when he hits 1,000 subscribers. One lucky winner is going to get that coin. Nobody will know who it's going to be until the day comes. Yeah. Yep. But I mean, like, there's different ways of doing different things. I mean, if I want to, I could actually take this machine here and make a brass leather stamp that I could heat up and use that to mass produce leather patches just by heating the end of the plate and then pressing it into the leather. It'll go a lot faster than a laser, but the thing about it is when you're doing that, if you don't have everything set and locked into place, or you're doing them by hand, it's not going to be the same way as it would look with a laser engraving. It'll still have the same detailing, but a laser engraving is a little bit cleaner than a hand pressed. I did this one the same way I did the kitten coin that I showed on there, and the lucky coin that I made for myself. And eventually, once I can get everything situated to where I can run non-stop and do the engraving non-stop, I want to actually start selling some of the coins and stuff that I make. Oh, I can definitely make another one, Beach. I have it all saved into my machine here, so all I got to do is load the coin and set the parameters. So it'd be an easy thing for me to do. And once this is done, this is the second pass, so it has two more passes to go, and then it'll be a finished coin. And as far as the countdown timer goes, there is, let's see, we are hour and a half in, and it says it's got another hour and a half to go. But I'll definitely make another one, that's for sure. And I wasn't thinking when I grabbed my phone, but I actually used the wrong phone for casting, or for broadcast today. Oh. I'm just hoping that it comes out right and people enjoy it. So far everything's been going good, everything's running smoothly. And I'm liking it because it's not loud. I mean, it's milling everything, and you're not hearing that loud grinding you hear in a machine shop. Oh, it is glow. Anytime you do a project of any kind, when you get the end result, it's always a satisfying feeling when it comes out beautifully. And once this is done, all I've got to do is hit it with a wire wheel or a wire brush. And I've got one from my Dremel tool that'll smooth it out and take all the burrs off the edges and everything. It's amazing when it's done. And I started this this live right as I started engraving the coin. But I'm probably not going to stick it out till the end because I've got some stuff that I need to do. And getting close to lunch too, so. You too, Lotus. Have a great day. But I mean, it's just one of the many things I enjoy doing, doing creations of all kinds. There's certain things that I can make that don't require any kind of specialized machinery, just a little bit of a saw. You can do it with a coping saw. I mean, power tools are great for most things, but sometimes just the simplest tool, a little saw, a chisel, and a block of wood, and you can come up with something really beautiful if you put your mind to it. And a lot of the stuff that you can make by hand actually will outlast a lot of the stuff that a lot of these big corporations are building and putting out there for a cheaper price. So, like kitchen tables. I mean, you can go to IKEA and buy a table for $100, or you can go to somebody that's a skilled carpenter and knows how to work with wood that can make you a table that'll last you for years and years and years. Where that IKEA table, when you spill a drink on it, it's going to swell up. Yeah, a lot of stuff's from China. I mean, that's everywhere though. I mean, Walmart, Target, Kmart, all them stores, a lot of their stuff comes from China. I mean, I'm not saying that everything from China is a bad quality, but when you're using MDF wood to make a table, anything you spill on it's going to soak up into that table. It's not good. I've been live for about an hour and 17 minutes now, Beach. Or hour and 18 minutes. But I'm probably going to call it quits at the hour and a half mark. Just because I don't want to be standing in front of this machine for a couple of hours. My knees are already starting to throb. But I just wanted to show people, you know, how this coin is looking. And once it's done on both sides, if you want to see what the other side's going to be like, you'll have to tune in to BG 570 to see it, because he's going to be giving it away. One lucky winner is going to get this coin. So BG 570. If once he hits 1,000 subscribers, guys, he's giving this coin away to somebody. But once it's done, once this coin is finished, though, guys, I'm going to send photographs of it to Beachy. So that he can show everybody what the coin looks like. But it'll be at his leisure. He may keep the back as a surprise. But then again, he's already shown people what the photographs were, what's going on the coin, so everybody knows what they looked like prior. Alright guys, I thank everybody for stopping by. I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream, and look forward to seeing you guys come back in the future, because you'll never know what's going to come up next or whatever I'll be making next. Everybody have a wonderful day today. Let's see who our top fans were for today. My buddy Beachy, my homeboy, #1 spot. Lotus RC holds the #2 spot. Amy, #3. At #4 we have Alley Bird. At #5, Shadow Wind. #6, my boy Duke Luke Garage. At #7, my niece Kelsey. At #8 we have Anointed Glow. Thank you, Glow, for stopping by. At #9 we have Tyler the Kind Person. And at #10 we have At Your Bard, Father Bard. Thank you guys all for tuning in, and hope to see you guys again in the future. There's going to be some more stuff coming. See y'all soon, or Friday, whichever comes first. Y'all have a great day. Take care, and thanks for stopping by with the Merican Maker. Later, y'all.